Meeting is now being recorded.
Yeah. Good afternoon, all. So, my name is Shiva. I'll be taking you through the session. The next slide, please. Can I request the next slide? Hello, can you hear me? Can I request the next slide, please?
Shiva, are you there on the call? Can you hear us?
Aditesh, can you hear me?
I can hear.
Yes, Aditesh, you can unpause. So, can you go to the next slide?
Yeah.
Next one, please. Okay. So, in this call, we are going to discuss a customer success story by our customer HMEL. So, before explaining their success story, just wanted to give a glimpse as to what is a success story. A success story from enterprise support is basically helping you to skim out the benefits of your enterprise support. So, most of you who are in the call today will be SAP's customers. You will be an enterprise support customer of SAP. You will be having your maintenance entitlements in which you can consume lots of things from SAP. Many people just use it for messages, but there are customers who also use it for various other initiatives like trimming down the database, improving the performance of the system, better housekeeping, enablement of teams. There may be multiple dimensions in which you can get the benefits from SAP Enterprise Support. So one is getting the benefits. The other one is quantifying the benefits and screaming it loud, broadcasting it internally so that my organization appreciates the efforts that the team puts. Because generally people keep on running towards goals, delivering a project after project after project, but there will also be some people who will be tuning the systems, improving the health. These are all qualitative in nature, but all we have been trying to do through this program is come sit with you, understand how you are utilized your enterprise support entitlements, understand how your business has got the benefits, and is it quantifiable? As long as it is quantifiable, you can take it and then take it inside your organization to broadcast it better. It could be in various means, but that is the essence of this customer reference program. So the next slide, please. So participating in it gets you multiple values. As I was saying, it helps you to skim out the business value that you will be getting. Because everyone asks the same question. I have my hardware which I procured 2 years back. Its shelf is still about 2 more years. Can I extend? My SAP has got lots of developments, or my SAP throughput is slow for certain businesses. How can you optimize it? One is helping them, but these are all nice to have things which sometimes if the threshold is crossed becomes mission critical. That is where we help you, and we help you to, in fact, one of the customer Under Armour, this is a quote which they gave. So just by participating in this program, they were able to set measurement targets for their organizations. And then they were able to reach out to it and skim out the benefits and scream it out. So that is essentially a support reference program. So I'm not going to go more detail into it. One of our customers, HMEL, has successfully participated in it. They had some business pain points. They had some business wants. They went through their enterprise support entitlements catalog, consumed some of the offerings. Consumption is still a piece of paper till they implement. So they took it to implementation, saw the benefits, got the help of SAP to quantify it. Together they and SAP quantified it, and they were able to showcase it to their organization. So now I'll be requesting Mr. Manoj to introduce the company and also the journey which they did in this success program. Mr. Manoj, request your help, sir. Manoj, if you are on mute, you will have to press *6 to unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah, I'm there. So I'll just give you the introduction about our company. Name of our company is HPCL Mittal Energy Limited. It's a joint venture between a state oil company Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited and Mittal Energy Investment Private Limited Singapore and Allen Mittal Group company. So it's a landmark public-private partnership infrastructure built with the 9 MMTPA, which is 9 million metric ton per annum oil and gas refinery, along with the pipeline, a 1,017 kilometer pipeline, which come from the state of Gujarat to Rajasthan to Haryana and then to Punjab, where our refinery is. So our refinery is in Bhatinda, in state of Punjab. We produce liquid products, petrol, diesel, LPG, and the solid product petrochemical, majorly polypropylene. By virtue of our existence of our company and the agreement with HPCL, liquid product we can sell only to HPCL, but for our petrochemical we have our own dealer setup, so we sell through our dealer portal. To meet our business requirement in oil and gas and in the complex oil and gas industry, we have implemented SAP in 2009 and kept on adding our SAP products in our kitty. So currently we are on EC6 and the version is HP7. We have implemented SAP PI for integration with outside world. We have SAP BI solution for our reporting. We have for our vendor collaboration, we are using supply relationship management of SAP. For our employee, we are using SAP ESS and MSS along with our e-recruitment and LSO learning solution. Majorly in HR and procurement, we have enabled 10 applications using SAP Fiori. We have implemented SAP EHS, Environment, Health and Safety module, Solution Manager, Governance, Risk and Control from the governance per se. And recently we completed our project on SAP MII, which is Manufacturing Intelligence and Integration, for integration with SAP MES. So it's a quite complex environment. We have many systems, so and it is our responsibility to ensure that with minimum downtime, our system should be available to our customers. So focus area for us in coming future, one is our hardware is getting due for refresh, so we want to migrate to HANA. We want to take this opportunity because most of the product and SAP's roadmap around HANA. So next year we are planning to migrate to HANA. Along with SAP SSO implementation, because we have many systems, so we wanted to have a better user experience, so we wanted to implement SSO. Along with these two identified projects, we are working with SAP on our mobility solution, especially for our petrochemical business, where we wanted to connect our customers and our dealers on mobile platform. So that's focus area for us as far as SAP landscape is concerned for near future. Next slide, please. Just to give you the few awards and recognition what HMEL got on this SAP landscape. First, we were awarded in 2012, where we were just best on implementation in HR and sourcing and procurement. Then in 2013, we got for SAP EHS implementation. In 2014, we are a CCOE customer, and in COE award in the innovation category, we were just in 2014. And recently, just a month back, we were awarded Operation Excellence for implementing MII solution in SAP. Now, just to give you about enterprise support, how HML wanted, when SAP was chasing us that why don't you take the benefit of enterprise support? So initially, I had my own doubt how SAP can offer these kind of services and without charging us, and they are chasing us. So I thought, there would be some hidden agenda around this, because normally SAP, if they are offering and without money, it doesn't gel well. But later, when SAP chased me and we had a meeting with the SAP Enterprise Support team, then we realized it's real worth, and that also without any cost. It's real part of your AMC percentage, whatever you are paying. So it's a real benefit, and it's a win-win situation. So we have taken those facilities. SAP supported us well and using those facilities, which anyway my colleague Gyan Prakash, who will take you in a few next slides, what all facilities we have taken from SAP and how HML got benefit out of it. Yeah, that's it from my side. Yeah.
Yeah. And okay. So, just to come to my introduction, myself Gyan Prakash, and I welcome all of the participants who joined this session. And I'm working with the HMEL with designation of the DMIT and taking care for the SAP system administration, SAP and for the non-SAP systems administration part also. For SAP, of course, the basis part. And other than that, the IT projects, IT application security, these are my day-to-day work area. So coming to the published success story about the HMEL on the maximizing system performance and achieving a 30% decrease in the production downtime. So like SAP released EHP 7 version in year near about you can say 2014 on the first quarter I can say. And that also come with about 750 new business functions and other features like it's bundled with the SAP Fiori 25 applications and SAP HANA Ready platform. Of course, post just upgradation to the EHP 7, the system will be readily migrate to the HANA. So this was the real trigger point for us to upgrade our SAP landscape and utilize the newly introduced feature by the SAP. So we were one of the few initial customers who opted for the SAP upgrade from EHP 5 to EHP 7. And during this project, we realized the business downtime was too high. It's about 9 hours of the downtime. Business was not ready to provide such downtime for our production system. Hence, we contacted our enterprise support advisor to help us in this context. So SAP helped us with the very senior developer to analyze the downtime assessment, and after his analysis, he came up with a few recommendations which can reduce the system downtime phase by almost 30%, I can say. So with those suggested changes, downtime phase was completed near about in 5 hours in our pre-production system, which was the actual replica from the hardware side as well as from the data side from the production. And that gives us the high confidence to discuss with the business and explain for the 5-hour downtime that may benefit organization in many ways, which we planned. So business was agree and shared the plan of action. So we completed that upgrade project with well-defined downtime, whatever downtime we asked from the business, we completed that project under that window only. So upon which we understood the benefit of the ES services and started the various CQC services. So these ES services helped us to optimize the business process performance and improve the IT operations, reduce the downtime of the SAP systems. We could target to maintain the system availability by 99.9%, right, to increase the productivity. So we use the various SAP provided ES services that helped us in improving the system availability and the high uptime of the ERP system, and due to which our business users work more efficiently and acceptance of the IT services in our organization is very, very high nowadays. So coming to the next slide like this, the ES entitlement consumed by the HMEL. So mentioned ES category services was consumed by us in past, and these are listed here. So like the business was constantly reporting us on the issue of delaying in the availability of the BW reports for the business operation. Upon review of this scenario, we identified few of the reports need some attention and need to be reviewed. Hence, we opted for the SAP ES services under the CQC BPPO, which provides the suggestion on custom code tuning. That's the first one. And similarly, the performance issue were noticed in database administration area for the ERP system. So which trigger us to avail the TPO service for the database performance tuning and the security tuning. And as like being an IT team to keep watch on all the modules and their operation, we opted for the BPA service to review the process of all business modules, especially in order to cash, procure to pay, plant maintenance, and finance area. So we often leverage SAP support by raising the incident, cross implementation, upgrade, and operational pages to the OSS messages. So using this ES entitlement, we also avail the academy via the MTE session and EZI session. And EZI, these are the best on the required by the team on the various topics. During all the phases, it may be upgrade, implementation, day-to-day operation, whatever. So we have availed more technology topics like the technical monitoring of the systems through the solution manager, same way like the service desk configuration for the solution manager through which we can raise, create or process our incidents, and change management also under the charm. So coming to the next slide. Okay. So the another most effective service we engaged with the SAP was the CQC for the business performance optimization for our BW systems, as I said earlier. So business team always wanted to see their report first thing in the morning, and the BW report were not available until mid of the day sometime for few reports. So all these issues were reported to SAP, and SAP suggested us the way forward. And I am listing one of such 3 issues. However, it was they identified few more, but just in this presentation covering the 3 issues and resolution to this PPT. And the first one was the high runtime of the DTP for the finance accounting receivable info queue was observed. So this info queue holds the data which related to the account receivable. We use this info queue to publish the report for our HMEL customers, and customers check their outstanding balance, payment cycle, credit limit, etc. So based on these reports, every customer would plan his next action, like making of the next payment and purchase if required. So customer usually plan their day by looking into their account statements. It's just like we are also getting our bank statements, and we can identify whatever the amount we have in our accounts in the same way. So hence it was essential to have these reports available for customer every morning by 8:30 a.m. And we were unable to meet this requirement, and customer inflow and outflow reporting was affected. So it was due to the slow data load from the ERP to BW system. It would take about 6 to 7 hours to load the data. Upon BPPO service, SAP recommended few changes, which helped us to reducing the data load from 6-7 hours to 4 hours. And I could make this report available to customer by 8:30 a.m. in the morning, post those changes. So, coming to the second issue, that is the high runtime JTP for the plant maintenance info package. So this info package holds the data from the plant maintenance module, and the maintenance and having the data you can see the maintenance notification, order details, maintenance notifications, and those are triggered when any kind of the maintenance activity is planned or required to perform. So as a result, the maintenance order created. So this data, maintenance notification and the order details are loaded from the ERP to BW in plant. So maintenance info cube data loading was taking more than 11 hours, and SAP identified this issue, and issue was in the table AFRU, as complete table scan was running on this table whenever this process change calls. So SAP also provided the recommendation to create a secondary index on that table, and that may reduce the runtime. So once we created the secondary index and transported it to the production, data load was very fast and completed within no time, I can say. So that secondary table and index creation was really very helpful. So reports were available before the day start, and business user could see the ongoing maintenance along with the historical data. And business head have the acknowledged and showed the gratitude for the improved report cases. And so it's about just like our second issue and that resolution. So coming to the third issue, so we had another issue with the runtime again, and it's runtime the DSO activation for the fund management queue. This info package hold data related to the fund management, and we have around 45 fund centers. So this queue hold the expense detail of each committed data items for all the fund centers. This data further flow to the SAP BPC queue and for the business planning and consolidation purpose. And data load from the ERP to BW was really fast, but activation of that data, that took about 2 hours of time. And due to that slow activation, all reports were identified with the issue, and provided the solution for the faster activation. We again contacted and had those information, and SAP provided some solution through which we were able to reduce from 2 hours to 30 minutes for that particular InfoCube activation part. And this has given the great comfort to our business. Coming to next slide, it's all about like the CQC process under the BW benefited we occurred. And coming to our technical performance optimization database. Yep. Hello?
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 Sir, please go on.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir, please go on.
Yeah. Okay. So, like in HMEL, we are very proactive in terms of the system performance, and we have activated early watch reports for all our production system, and these early watch reports are generated weekly basis, and we also take care for the critical issues and warnings also reported inside that EW reports. And it's really very detailed reports generated by the solution manager on weekly basis, and that's capture almost every kind of the system information. So similarly, we opted for the technical performance optimization service once in a 6 months apart from this EWA. So this service basically help us to identify and fine tune most expensive SQL statement and database administration issue. So within this service, SAP identified and provide the report on the issue and solutions. I am listing 3 such issues once again, which has benefited system performance in many folds. So one of them was size of the online redo log was too small, and because of that, the business impact, the performance degradation was during the business hour, because as the size of the redo log was so small, so it recreates you can say like 2-3 redo logs within a minute, and that consumes our system hardware resources. So SAP recommended us to increase the size of the redo log file, and so that system hardware gets some space to process the other requests. So after applying that, it's like the write speed is comes to like in the microsecond, I can say. And the second issue was with the naming convention of the index. The issue was index name were not starting with the table name. Hence, in SE11 was not recognizing the index, and system was showing inconsistent table, and index was not getting used. So SAP recommendation was to rename all those indexes which are not aligned with the table name. And once we implemented those recommendations, the access was fast, and business team was, of course, very happy. And the third issue, we observed it was the memo related with the memory parameter. Like SAP suggested memory parameter modification under the buffer configuration, pool setting, memory management, and we implemented those recommendations also just to optimally use our hardware. So coming to the next slide, another useful service that helped our business head with the business process analysis. With help of this service, we got an insight of the business process operation. Under this service, SAP assessed critical process of the finance, order to cash, procure to pay, process in plant maintenance, finance. Observation made under the order to cash are there were about 106 missing fields were in item that were not maintained properly, and another one is like the outbound delivery with the overdue invoice were identified, and under procure to pay the purchase requisition item were identified that are open and overdue by more than 10 days. So purchase order items were identified that were overdue by more than 10 days and that are not yet completely delivered also. And under plant maintenance section, the work order identified that are in release phase and created more than 30 days ago and that have not been technically closed in the system. And under the finance, it's like the overdue open FI AP items were identified. So using this information, we could convince our business head and business team that some activity within the system was not maintained appropriately. So by taking care of such malpractice, we can benefit our organization, and business head and the business team agreed, and then after we corrected those malpractices. So although we are not aware of the business benefits monetarily, but hygiene of the system is under control nowadays because of those changes only and those suggestions by the SAP. So coming to the next slide, ES Academy. Yes. So like we always talk about the big data, and if we look into our own system, data grow day by day, and we need to enhance the hardware requirement for the storage of those data. And IT team took initiative to curb on those data requirement. Hence we opted for the best practice, and that is the data volume management for SAP Business Suite. And this suite helps us to understand whatever the data is done, and we can write off it once the approvals are in place. So coming to the next, that's the expert guided implementations. So our organization also given mandate to implement the incident management charm within our organization, and that's under the solution management manager application. And with SAP ES Enterprise Support, we have the wonderful tool called EGI, that expert guided instructions. It not only helped us with the basic feature, it also cleared few doubts which we thought was not possible within the software management. However, like SAP is providing us the solution, and that can be modified and customized as per the business need also. So this knowledge we could gain it from the EGI, like the charm, technical monitoring, and incident management. So once we knew the said features we are looking is available via the EGI, we will register to meet the expert session, and where we could get the clarification, validation of the feature we were looking into. So we also avail the transport execution analysis to validate and best practices are following within our organizations. We also evaluated the template management part from the solution manager again, and with that template management we were able to roll out templates for the organization. And hence I would definitely watch for all my counter colleagues to avail this EGI and MT session so that you can operate your landscape and project very effectively. So this is about the academy sessions provided by the SAP under the ES. So now I'm going to talk about service plan for HMEL to the coming year. So we are in process to implement the GST prerequisite, and it is first time in India government is planning to implement GST. Although we have many countries running on the GST taxation, so we are the next country to venture into GST. So for the GST readiness, our ERP system needed to be patched, and hence we initiated that patching activity and the UAT phase currently. So once we go live with the GST patching, we plan to avail the GLS, that is the go live service under the ES, which is technically known as like the CQC for GLS. And next focus area will be the HANA migration, as Mr. Manoj also said that. So we plan to empower our team with know-how about the HANA by availing the SAP HANA value map, as well as by knowing this HANA, it is like the in-memory concept, in-memory architecture. Lesser the data, the memory consumption. So we plan to see possible way to reduce the data from our production landscape. Hence, we plan to avail the data volume management for the ERP system to acquire, delete, and archive data from our ERP system. So once we optimize this data and plan to migrate HANA, we are also looking forward to avail the OSDB migration services and to avoid this technical risk it might occur during the project execution and the go live. So like immediately after that migration, we also want to perform the GLS, again the go live session, so that which will help us to avoid the technical performance issue proactively. And at the end of this year, like our COE certificate by 2017, our COE certificate will get expired. So we will also plan to get our certificate renewed, and COE certificate in our office corridor is like always the pride for the organization. With this, like I would like to thank SAP Enterprise Support team for providing this support in all mission critical situations and providing proactive services to customer, which has helped us to run our IT efficiently. So like thank you for providing this forum to share our experience and success story published. And this success story is also available on the SAP portal, and I hope to see more and more success story from other customers who already joined this session. And so thanks again, and like I would like to just pass it to the Mr. Siva to just continue with this presentation.
Thanks, Mr. Gyan. Excellent articulation. Seema, can I request the next slide, please? Okay. Let me just take a few moments to summarize. So, from an SAP jargon, whatever Mr. Gyan has just explained. So, if you look at his journey, so what they have done is, as enterprise support, there are multiple entitlements available for you as a customer. One is, of course, the incident. Let me not talk incident, because you raise incident, we support you. That's a journey which keeps going. On top of it, SAP gives all its innovations in the form of EHP. HMEL was the first customer in India to be live on EHP 7. So it means that they are in the forefront to consume the innovations offered from SAP. Then they had some performance issues. They took help from SAP to clean up the performance. That's just a technical cleanup. Assume we all sit in a room. It's cleaning up the room without disturbing the chair. Once that was cleaned up, so they did a program optimization and the SQL tuning. So both are technical tunings. And then comes rearranging the chair to achieve better effectiveness. So that is where they did the business process analysis, where they did the process cleanup, where all the process small loopholes are identified and plugged. You all will be responsible for your business throughput. Your business throughput can be top down or bottoms up. The BPA service which they did does it bottoms up. It cleans up minute cracks, loopholes in your business process, the finance taking longer time in one of the plants, the storage material lying in stores for longer time, all these small things that plug it out, the net result will be going up to achieve business efficiency. So that is what they did. So these are all SAP delivered. So the first one we discussed was the EHP, which they consumed to get the latest innovations from SAP. The second one is SAP delivering services for them so that the systems are in better shape. The third one is they said, why should SAP deliver it every time? Why cannot I learn it so that my team can also self-optimize? Need not be just the optimization, probably on new topics. Let's say HANA. Today the world is saying cloud, mobility. The SAP ecosystem is saying HANA. You want to learn anything, there are multiple sessions available in the ES Academy. So they have been a good consumer of all those academy entitlements. And then comes when they say that I want to go for a new initiative, innovation. Mr. Manoj has a vision, HANA. For HANA, if you look, they have a readiness check, then they have this data reduction. They have a very clear-cut plan in mind. In memory, the database is the key. So they have plans to reduce the database. So already they have reduced the data loopholes and everything. Now they will reduce the data. Then they will check the systems, the OSDB migration checks, and also have SAP to support them during the cutover. So this is how, for me, this is one of a classic case of a customer leveraging SAP's entitlements to the fullest. They have done justice for their maintenance